What's up, chat? We are back for one last episode of Three
Is
Old
this the
Men
last episode? Oh, is this the last episode?
of the year.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the last episode.
I thought he was
No,
canceling us without even asking if we wanted to cancel
no,
us.
I know,
Damn.
right?
no. That
Jesus.
that episode will involve matching tracksuits and black Nikes and some Kool-Aid. So
Wait, I know where this is going.
What if
and
I
we'll
wanted
see
to
you
wear
on
white
the spaceship.
Nikes? What if I
Well, they're
wanted to
all...
wear white Nikes and have sweet tea instead?
Nope. It's all or nothing.
No, we can go with kids. We could go with kids if you want to go white.
Do they even still make kids? Like, I haven't seen a pair of kids since like 1997.
They exclusively make them for nursing homes.
Oh man, I feel sorry for the nursing home people now that they're forced to wear kids. At least get them something cool, like some, if you're gonna go 90s shoes, like Reebok pumps or some British Knights or something. I mean, something.
British now. I think I had the worst pair of shoes was LA Gear.
Oh yeah.
That
Those
they
blue.
were awful.
Yeah.
Just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so welcome to the Shoe Show podcast. We tangent on shoes there. Anyway, this is 3 Men. I'm Dr. Diz. We have Plan Diesel over to my far left, and in the middle, the center square, not Whoopi Goldberg, but Double Up Buck.
Oh man. We just can't lock in that Whoopi Goldberg guest appearance.
Hey, Clan.
Oh my
How
god.
much
You
much
have
you
a
offer?
Christmas tree cake.
How much you offer for
I'll
it?
give you $100 right now.
The circle gets square.
Exactly. Oh man, I like Christmas tree cakes.
This is my last one.
I had my last one yesterday, and now I'm sad.
They have all of the Valentine's Day stuff out now. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
It should be going to the end of the month before
That's what
the
I'm
Christmas
saying.
stuff is gone.
Exactly. New year, new merch. Right. That's true. 345 days before you can buy them again. It's too long. Why don't they have Christmas in July? Like everybody else does. That way they just do a limited run of Christmas tree cakes in the middle of July.
Yeah. Terry's chocolate oranges, Christmas tree cakes. July.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause the show right here because there's a very important question. Regan, are you still in chat? Because you posted just a second ago, but I saw you logging into Destiny just now. So are you here in chat, Regan? You are? Okay. So have you been playing Once Human? And what server did you go on? Okay, yes, he is playing.
He went on the R server for Rican.
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I couldn't blame you for that one. They're all West Coast servers.
They're all West. That you can't pick a region.
Yeah. I'm on server H. These guys, I got them in. They're on server H as well. But the problem is they don't play.
H like as in hemorrhoids.
That's yes, H as in hemorrhoids. Or as in preparation. Well, you don't have to switch, but if you do,
it's not that
we're
I
there.
don't play, sir. It's every time I sit down here to do something when I'm not streaming, you two want me to play Season of Discovery. You have to fucking make up your mind on what game you want to play.
Listen.
All right,
read these lips. All right, it's not me. Every time I go to sit down and I look and I say, I wonder what Diz is doing. Diz is playing WoW. And I'm like, that's cool. I love WoW. I love Season of Discovery. It's my favorite form of WoW to date. However, he won't play once human with me.
I did. I played it once.
You played it once. You built a little. You built. I called it his single wide. He built a little single wide trailer on the side of the road, as one does here in lovely Appalachia. But he hasn't played again, and
So
it's killing me.
you said I have to play it through the first dungeon, so I will play it through the first dungeon. See, because my first take at this game, okay,
Don't talk about
reminds
the
me of
tutorial. The tutorial's weird.
yeah, that's just weird. We'll just throw that right out. Okay, so
Yep, that's
I
right
can't
out.
understand any of that. The
Nope.
storyline is probably not really fleshed out completely, so you really
Nope.
can't dig too much into that one. But it plays like the Division, and I wasn't drawn to the Division. So that's one downside for me. Is
To
just
be fair, it's not the Division's fault. It's third person. He
it
doesn't
is yeah,
like. He doesn't go for Division. He doesn't go for Gears. But whatever.
like third person RPG. I could probably go get it too, but the shooter third person, it just doesn't grab me. I don't know. I like first person.
He's got a condition, chat.
So second, I get into the game after the
Mhm.
tutorial, and there's there's like 8 million enemies, and they're all just kind of just standing here. It's like, so I shoot them, and they're easily killed. Right, easily killed. Unless you shoot them once and have to reload, and then all of a sudden they become the zombies from what was that one movie where they just run at you?
Resident Evil Extinction, when they come running at you like, oh, bad.
You're talking about World War Z.
World War
28 days
Z,
later.
28, yeah, all of those, yeah, just like that. They go from like standing there shaking like meth addicts to sprinting at you at ungodly speed. But not too hard to kill. The spiders I did enjoy. I did enjoy the little spiders. They offered a little bit of a challenge, but most of the enemies didn't offer me any challenge. So I was like, does that get does they get more challenging? I mean, I heard about the bosses. They sound interesting.
The rank and file enemies are kind of stupid, and they know that they're stupid, but that's because they said, as in most games, the AI is the last thing they tweak in the game. So that is something they're going to work on before release. So they know the enemies are stupid. Like the rank and file enemies are not meant to give you a problem. Like the most problem they give you is when they gang up on you. That'll be the worst condition you have. And the big thing is, like I said, the bosses. Right. The bosses each have a mechanics that they do. And if you like me, like the first boss is not too hard once you learn where to hit him at and then kind of learn where to stand, you're okay. The second boss was challenging for me until I learned the mechanic. And then it was just, can I do enough damage? Because you're timed in that encounter. So it was, can you do enough damage in the time that you have in order to defeat the boss? Now
So
some of the other ones.
And if you didn't beat the timer, you just die.
No, not necessarily. It's actually kind of okay. So when you go into the second boss is called Tree End, right? So it's a big tree thing. So you go in, and on 3 different parts of the map, there's these tree trindles that you've already fought before out in the map. It's out in the world. So you have to, until you defeat those 3 tendrils, the boss is immune to all attacks. So what you do is you got to take out the 3 tendrils, and then once you do that, then the boss becomes immune. I mean, it becomes vulnerable for 2 minutes. Okay. Then after the 2 minutes, the tendrils come back, and you have to defeat the 3 tendrils again. The boss becomes immune for 2 minutes once again. Now, if you don't kill it within that second thing of 2 minutes, you die.
Of
You just die.
excitement.
Yep. Okay, you can only do that. You can only kill the tendrils twice. If you don't kill the boss after the 2 minute damage phases, there's nothing you can do. So you either leave the dungeon or it kills you after so much time.
So it gives me almost a Fallout vibe.
It is similar to Fallout 76 or Fallout. Yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic, right? So
Yeah.
in the tutorial, it kind of goes over a little bit, but it's hard to understand. But basically, humans found a way to pull energy from different universes. When they did that, though, it opened up our universe to things from other universes, and that's what happened. That's what the event they called Starfall, and that's what caused the world to be in what it is now. So humans either became monsters or they became kind of like meta humans, which is what you are. But you're like a special meta human because you have the ability to absorb the powers of the bosses. But it is a lot of people have been talking like Gathalion. He was a big Fallout 76 guy after they fixed Fallout 76. But he talks about how it reminds him a little bit of Fallout 76, and that's post-apocalyptic and there's base building and you can team up. But so far he likes it way better than Fallout. He said he's not liked a game this good since Destiny 1.
Hmm.
And the thing is, the game came out of nowhere. Like literally came out of nowhere. I had heard about it and downloaded it, but I hadn't installed it. And then he was playing the day before, and that fell on its face. And he was like, "This is after a sponsor stream with them, he's like, this is garbage. This is garbage." The game tanked 4 days later and like shut down the studio. So after that stream, the people that make Once Human contacted him. It's like, "Hey, we saw that you were streaming this. We would like to get you to play our game. Um, just compare the two. You can say whatever you want to about it. If it sucks, tell us it sucks. What sucks about it, whatever. But we'll pay you to play it." So he does a sponsored stream for it, right? And that 4-hour stream is the only thing he got paid for, right? So he's played it 150 hours more than that he's not gotten paid for because he was like this.
So what's the draw for you?
What's the draw for? That's the weird part, right? That's the weird part. Here's what draws for me. And I'll tell you, this game reminds me of Fallout 76, Division, and Enshrouded. One, for it to be early, the game looks good. There is jank, of course, because it's early beta, but for it being this early in beta, the game still looks good. There's no like placeholder sticker here that says tree or or anything like that. Two, I like base building. Being able to build a base and craft and get stronger. I like that. I like that, workflow. I like that flow, the game flow, the gameplay loop there. I like that.
I can't prove that, Chad. I can't get him into Arc or 7 days for the same damn reason.
No, here's the thing though. This game gives me quests, tells me what to do. So I'm never like, well, what do I do next? Because there's always
I can tell you what to do in either one of those games.
Yeah, but that's not the same because it's like I know what. Okay, so here's Arc, right? I log into Arc. I go through, I play, I kill little animals, I get meat, I build a house, I upgrade that house to rock, I grill it. Okay, I'm done. I don't know what to do next.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
obviously
okay,
there
the
is a
game,
lot to Arc.
there is a lot to Arc, and people love it. And if you like it, more power to you.
We just need to get you to Genesis because there's quests in Genesis.
I mean, maybe that would help, but that's my problem with Ark is there's nothing telling me what to do or why I should care to do it. Like I know I need to tame dinos to do stuff, right? Why do I need to tame a dino? How do I tame the dino? What dino should I tame first? What dino do I tame next? What is this dino going to do for me that this other dino don't? I have no idea. And
That
it's not
comes from
straightforward.
that comes from just taming all the dinos and testing them. Sadly enough, there's no before the guides were made and the first Ark Survival Evolved came out, there was nothing
Right.
on
See,
what
I'm
those
glad you
fuckers
say that,
did.
Rican. Rican has the same problem I have. He needs direction. That's the problem he has with these games. And that's a fair thing. Some people don't. They can just go out and like, well, I've got, I'm going to sit here for 25 hours trying to tame this dino and not, and get shit on because that's what the dinos do. They shit on you all the time.
They
And
do
then you
do
shit
that.
and then you shit yourself. So
Well, see, I fall
I've
somewhere
never
in
shat
between
myself.
you and Bucky because I don't need step by step instructions. I don't need go kill 5 compies, build this, build that. I don't, but I do need a goal. I need a direction that the game, or at least multiple directions that it could go in. Like here's 4 different outcomes where you could go, right?
right, yeah.
Because
I mean, I would
I
be
can
fine
play
with that.
Minecraft and I can sit there and just build stuff and have fun and never go to the end, never fight the end dragon, whatever. Never do any of that stuff. And still have a blast. I can do the same thing with Ark. I can go out there and I can build a base and maybe not even
But
tame any dinos. Maybe I
but
don't even
Ark
care to
but
do
Ark
that.
has an
So
end goal just like
it
Minecraft.
does. It does. But when I've played Ark, it never like introduced it to me. At least
Right. There's no
the
reason to go. If I didn't know you, Buck, I would have no idea that there was an end.
Well, that's what can you. I know it tells you some stuff because I saw you playing, and there was like some audio playing, and it was telling you some storyline, but I never found that, and maybe I didn't
It's
play it
the
long
explore
enough and
notes.
stuff. Yeah, so you find those in the drops that come down, or
No. They're little chests and vases and stuff around the map that you come
So
across.
there's a
Usually in
chance you'll miss
ruins.
them.
Usually it's ruins around the map that you find. Sometimes they're
yeah.
not in them, but there's dino dossiers that tell you about every dino in that map. Island, scorched earth, doesn't matter. It tells you about every dino that's there.
Mhm.
Then there is a specific adventure note category that tells you about the obelisks. It tells you about the 3 bosses on the island, the broodmother, the megapithecus, the dragon. Then when they added the lovely overseer in the volcano, they added that one. But before he was added, it was just the 3. But when you find them, they give you a description of what these things are and kind of how tribes fought them, and kind of gives you an idea of what you would need to go to fight these things. And as you find the dino dossiers, it tells you this dino's a herbivore, this dino's a carnivore, this dino's an omnivore. It even tells you if these dinos are tameable or not. Some are not. So, when you find their little descriptor and you hear her reading it, she's telling you what they are. And on the screen, it tells you if you can tame it or not. So you can find this stuff throughout the world while you're playing. But when it first came out, you had to read all of it because there was no voice reading it to you. We were not lucky enough to get Diz's audio of getting to hear shit and not have to read.
Which is fine. But in that game, it drops you in with nothing, which is fine, right? Because I can handle that. But unless I search out those specific things, I would never find that out. And if you play it long enough, eventually you're going to find it. But that's the point. At some point, casual gamers are not going to get to that point. They're not going to find that stuff. So I need a game that's somewhere in the middle where I can handle it if it gives me quests and like do this, blah blah blah, whatever. But I need some type of direction at some
Right.
point where it'll introduce it to me. And maybe when I hit like level 50, something will just happen in the game where it will, open that up. Now, whether I choose to do it or not, I like that to be an option.
Hmm.
But it'd be cool if it just kind of led me to that end work. That would be neat.
Yeah.
But once human, I think what I'm having a little bit of issue with the play style first off, and then there's nothing for me there. There's no draw for me. It's a base builder, sure. I can build a base, but I was like, there's nothing special about this that's any different than Arc or 7 Days or anything else. It was very similar. So I'm like, okay, well, I can play Arc and at least I somewhat enjoy the combat there rather than shooting these lifeless bots. Just target practice here. Uh, so they're wondering if there's a hook for me there. That and you say, you know, Gathalion is loving it. So I mean, what am I missing? What element am I missing here that is just you know
Yeah.
maybe I haven't played it long enough? What does he like
Well,
about it?
to
What is
me, what playing through, just through the tutorial and everything, to me it felt more like I was playing Outriders, and unpolished Outriders, without any of the special abilities.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how it felt while I was playing it. I'm like, I've played this once before, is almost how it felt. And so I'm like, maybe after I get out in the world and do some more, maybe it'll be better. But to me, that's how it felt. And I'm like, I didn't really care for Outriders, even with it being done.
Yeah, no, Outriders were no bueno.
So, I mean, I can go further in and see what I think. We all know building in any game is more my forte than either one of y'all ever. As far as
Mhm.
if you put the three of us in and it goes to, hey, we need a base. You give me the resources and I'll build you a base all day long. And I'll give you enough room to house the entirety of anything you would ever want. And it would be the most fortified thing I could ever create, given the resources.
Yeah.
And I never once complain about it. I'll just be over here building all day long, bringing this thing up to code, like in Valheim, because I had to bring it up to code or it would fall in on our
That's true.
heads.
It would
I
fall
do.
on your head.
I do. I kind of appreciated that about Valheim. It
Y'all
was
like, Buck, what are you
aggravating,
doing?
but
Trying to keep the ceiling from crashing. What? Oh, damn it. Hang on, I missed something. And
Yeah.
then had to climb up there and fix it. But, that's what it was.
Yeah. Apparently, Rican, we're very similar because I have tried to get into No Man's Sky. I don't know how many times, but I don't know what it is. I just can't for whatever
it's
reason.
okay. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
I've never tried No
Yeah.
Man's Sky.
you put so much time into it, and you just feel like you're investing time into nothing.
Hmm.
What are you getting to this? I thought it was going to
Yep.
be ever expanding, and kind of an endless game that you could play. No, it has a beginning and an ending. At least
Yeah.
that's how it started, and that's not how they exactly sold it to me. So that's why I
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah. I
shied away
am
from that one.
interested in seeing their next game, the No Fire, whatever.
Light, no fire.
Yeah, like No Fire. Yeah, but well, like you were asking me, what does Gathalion see in it? He says it's got all the things he likes in a game are in this one game. So it's a looter shooter, it's a survival game. There is crafting and building. There's progression. Uh, he said there's a story. There's trying to be a story. He don't know what the story is, and he's skipping all the story stuff because he doesn't understand it right now. But they're supposed to fix it by the time the game's released. So there's that. But he's like, if I was going to make a game, this is the game I would make, and that's what he likes about it.
See, I think that's part of my problem, right? is you named all this stuff that they're trying to throw into one game at one time. That's too damn busy.
But it all works together.
But it's not for me. There's too much going on, and like I said, it feels like an unpolished, unfinished Outriders.
Right, but one is like you said, you have to get past the tutorial. The tutorial has nothing to do with the game.
That, but I'm saying just the mechanics of how the game functions. I'm not even talking about the story. I'm talking about the gameplay, not the bird and that whole concept of whatever the hell we're talking about, or the going through the rift walls and trying to figure out why we're phasing through two different dimensions. Like, all story aside, it's the mechanics of how the game is functioning as the player through that world. It feels almost like an unpolished Outriders. And I'm like, this doesn't seem like something that I'm that into, because I didn't really like Outriders. I didn't like how it flowed.
Yeah.
And it seems like you're trying to put too much into something. Like, for example, looter shooters usually don't have building.
Correct.
If they do, it's very minimal. Survival building kind of goes hand in hand. Adding quest lines to that, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. But when you have big storyline progression, it's usually not involved with builders either, or typically with survival. Questline progression is usually in RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to pull aspects of each type and throwing it and mashing it into one game that you don't even have fully out yet, just seems like they're trying to throw it all together into one jarbled mess, and it's not mashing right. At least for the way I'm looking at it when I'm in there, it just doesn't seem like it's coming together like it needs to grab my attention.
See, for me, it's complete opposite. For me, it makes 100% sense how everything works together. So it's a looter shooter. So you got to shoot, you got to kill enemies, right? Those enemies drop loot. The loot they give you is either schematics to build new weapons, ammo, or materials that you use to craft stuff with, right? So there's your looter shooter stuff. And then that goes into, okay, so the loot is crafting materials that you use to make better gear, repair your gear, build new equipment that you use to make better stuff in your base, right?
Or maintain your base.
Or
so that it
maintain your
doesn't
base.
fall
That
into
it doesn't right.
shambles.
Exactly. So there's that. Okay. So you have a skill tree, right? That unlocks new recipes that you can craft. Now those skill trees are locked based on how far you are in the game. So you can max out your skill tree and you can't progress any further. You can still build up your skill points. They're called memetics, but you still build them up, right? But until you go and defeat a boss to unlock that next stage of the skill tree, you can't build any new stuff anymore, right? So I just killed the second world boss, right? The second boss, the tree end. So that unlocked the third level of the skill tree. So for me, that now I can build stone foundations, and I can upgrade my base from wood to stone.
It's Valheim.
Well, it is Valheim, but it's also Ark.
It is. Well,
not
Ark,
that part.
but
not that part.
Yeah.
No, but you start out what? But right, you don't kill the boss. But in Ark, what do? You go through. You start with nothing. You progress to build a thatch roof cottage. Then you spend enough skill points where you can unlock. I can now build with sticks.
Oh, that's just leveling up. It's not it's not paying skill points. It's just leveling up though.
Okay, well that's the same thing.
But in that regard, chat, he said thatch. I don't know what thatch is. And according to Clan, I start out in wood or in stone. I don't ever see wood or thatch ever.
That's true. Buck is riding around laser dinos and shit.
That's not true. I don't have any tech because I haven't killed any of the bosses yet.
The difference there is in Ark. Well, it's hard to compare the Ark with this one because in Ark you could literally stand on the beach and kill pompies and level up.
Mm-hmm.
It would eventually take you forever to get another level, but you could.
Try it.
And then you could just sit there and build. Just sit on the beach and sit there and
Kill
build the
them
entire
Boris and
time.
Goldshire.
You could, I mean, but in
No, because
once
eventually
human, you
you'll
can't
top
because
out
there's a
there.
wall. There's a wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that you have to kind of.
Well, I
move.
mean, and that is Valheim though, because in Valheim you eventually stop
Valheim does have walls. Yeah.
until
Mhm.
you go kill the next boss.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
And then you run into the problem we did where we killed that one boss, and they go, "Here's your placeholder because we ain't released that content
You've
yet."
killed all the bosses we've got.
It's like, but why? If we killed him, why didn't you give us the placeholder of what his item was? Because we decided we weren't going to do that until we get to our next stuff. So we got credit for killing him, but we didn't get what he dropped. So now we got to make a new world just to kill him again to get items that he drops. That's dumb.
Yep.
Maybe once human is giving me too much direction, so that because I like to be able to explore some, so it's almost like it's almost like I'm getting work orders to do things. Like I feel like I'm just like,
Well,
now
I
do
mean,
this. Now you do
it
this.
only gives you the major stuff, right? Like the other stuff, you can just go out in the world and find it. Like I've been driving around and all of a sudden I get quests, people talking, coming over the radio or something, talking to me, or, you're free to take on the little towns in any order you want to.
See, I've only played it for maybe a few hours, so I haven't
Yeah,
got
about
I
2 hours.
I can't give you a true assessment of it, and I would like to play through the dungeon, to see how that plays out. There has to be something that grabs me though, because it's like right now the combat doesn't get me. Like I don't like the third person shooting, and even if I did, right now the enemies that I fought, it's not really challenging to me. It's not really. Even if it killed me, I would be like, no, I messed up something there because it doesn't. They're just standing there, and I'm like, pop, pop, at two in the head, and they're not fall over. But the spiders, they're like on the ground, so I actually have to move the reticle down to shoot them. So, I don't. Controller would help me a lot if I could use a controller.
Yeah, they are working on that.
That would help me a lot because I don't feel the game feels like I need to play it on controller for it to feel a little bit better. And the base building's fine. I mean, it made sense, like build and build a foundation. Don't build near the alligators though.
Well, my
Like
base
I
is
did.
right next to the alligators, so I knew what you were going through.
Like these freaking humongous alligators, and I beat it to death with a baseball bat or something.
Yeah, with that big wrench that you have.
Oh.
Yep, they are working on controller support. They do eventually plan on bringing it to console as well.
And maybe if the story is there, because right now I see these weird ass zombie things with lights for heads, like literal like
the
show
little
lights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little lights. Yep.
And I kill them and take their head and use their head to shine it on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is that a thing? I don't understand.
Wait till you meet the guy with a TV for a head.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing that in their advertisement here. Like here, I'll put it on the little TV there. The little TV heads here with their faces on it.
Yep.
That reminds me way too much of Fallout. Like, like I'm getting like it's just like that's too close. Can I get a TV head
You so far no
as a
you
character?
Okay.
Oh, I thought
That
you were
would be
asking in real
interesting.
life. I was like, well, I mean, we have
Maybe
to go to
later.
some black market deals to find out if you can get that.
No, but I am very much looking forward to this game when it comes out in 2024.
Yeah, I'm
There's two
interested
games
in
I'm
the,
looking forward to in 2024.
I'm interested in the storyline. If there's elements there that could be interesting, but right now it's just fucking confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It needs a good pass over from a localization team.
Like it's like I'm playing Portal / Fallout / Valheim /
Yep.
I'm getting confused on its identity right now, I think.
Yeah.
And if there was like one element, like if the combat was like super good or something, I would be like, I could look past everything else. But there's nothing that's grabbed me so far. I don't know. Maybe the boss fight will be. Maybe it'll be like, oh my god, this boss fight's amazing.
I
This
mean,
is the reason you
can
play
it
the
be as
game.
great as a
I mean,
death metal deer though?
I don't know.
It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult.
I don't think that this game can beat Death Metal Deer as the
So when
first
did this
boss.
game come out?
Right now they're saying Q3 2024.
All right.
Yep. Like I said, it began in open beta. I got into the game when it was still in open beta. And then it kind of exploded. They had to throw it to a closed beta where you had to get a key. And so now they were giving out 3,000 keys every Friday. They gave out 10,000 keys on Christmas, which is where I got Buck's key. So I mean, people are liking it so far. And good for them. It's always good when a new game comes out and seems to be, you know, pretty good, especially this early in development. So, like I said, I'm really excited to see what the end product is when it does release, or at least goes into early access. I'm fine with it going into early access at some point in 2024. Uh,
So are you able to, play a character like maybe not even halfway through the game and then like start another character and play it about maybe, quarter of the way through the game and then start another?
well,
Is that
here's
supported?
you can do that. You can you can have one character per server. And there's multiple servers, so you can start a new character on a new server, and there you go.
Okay. What I really look for in a game.
Yes, so you can have alts.
I'm a partial completion.
Oh, you just went through the tutorial again for server H? God bless you, Rican. Bless you for going through that again.
Here's a pixie blind girl who disappears and reappears, and then there's a
Butterfly.
Yeah,
bird, and
you
there's a
talk to her.
butterfly.
You talk to her after every boss.
She's called Butterfly.
She is called Butterfly.
Oh my god, that's making me think of Elden Ring. Right? Because isn't the girl that talks to you there, she's blind? Like after every boss fight and stuff?
She's got the
Oh,
cloth
she's
over
got
one
one
eye.
eye.
Yeah,
One
she's
eye,
got one eye. Yep. And it does have the little note things like Elden Ring does.
It does,
Try
right?
finger butthole. Yep. That is there. Yep. Yep.
That's my favorite part of Elden Ring.
Sometimes they give you helpful hints. Sometimes they tell you try finger butthole, like in Elden Ring. So there you go. That was the best part of Elden Ring for me, was the try finger butthole. Yep. That was good. So that's Q3. The beta's open right now. If you got a key and can get in, bless your heart, go buy a lottery ticket, because damn. I think the beta ends on January 21st, which is perfect because that is like a few days before Enshrouded goes into early access, and I will definitely be there for Enshrouded.
Enshrouded. So Enshrouded is January 26th.
Yep.
And that's the game I'm interested.
Yep. Me too.
It plays like Fable,
Mm-hmm.
but like a survival Fable.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They did
They don't want to
announce.
play with me on that one, chat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
They
curious
did
how big the
announce they're
world's
going to
going
have
to be.
servers. Yep, they're going to have servers. They're going to have servers available from every vendor, but they have partnered with G Portal as the official server
Oh, we
provider.
know them.
Yeah, they had our Valheim server. So
I'm trying to
I
find
saw
this
that
other game
in their Discord.
that you thrown our way a while back.
I throw a lot of games your way, and usually I have to drag you kicking and screaming into them.
Yep. It looks like it's Dracontos or something like that.
Yes, that one.
That one looks
Dracantos or something like that.
interesting.
It is, isn't it? It is very interesting. Like I saw that and I was like, now this could be something. Like I will definitely at least try it. Yeah, it's a pixel, like 16-bit pixel MMO. So I like all those things. So I'm definitely going to look at it and see what it's like. But right now it is early. I think it's being made by a Portuguese team.
We never stormed Moria either.
We have not.
We did not. Like I haven't watched a lot about that game, but it looked like it was fun. But I don't know. Is it starting to die off already? Or,
Mines of Moria is fun if you're with a group. You can, but it's not fun if you play it by yourself.
I mean, that's debate.
But like I saw once again Gathalia and his friends played it. They had fun playing it as a group. My nephew plays it with a bunch of his friends. They love it. They're still playing it. So I mean, I'm down to play it. I just did not want you to get the game and then nobody else get it because in there I'd be.
Moria.
Yep, it's available on the Epic Store, not on Steam.
Okay. Okay, let's look on Epic. Let's
Yep,
look at the Epic.
it is an Epic Store exclusive, at least for now.
Epic Lines.
Line.
Really? It's on Epic?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. The Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. If you search for Moria, it'll come up. Right now it's 50% off.
Holy shit. Oh, it's Return to Moria, not the Mines of Moria.
Not the Mines of Moria.
That's what I was looking for. Holy shit, it is only $20,
yep,
right?
$20. $20 and you can get your dwarf on.
I don't like that most of the previews could be in-game shots. That one's definitely in-game. Anyway, well, we might be playing that.
Well, we might be.
If everybody wants to.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. Like I said, I don't care.
All right. So, what are you looking forward to, Buck, in games?
I mean, we already know.
I know, but is there anything else?
The roadmap to ASA is coming all this coming year. and
Yes.
next year.
Mhm.
So next is Scorch Earth, right?
Yeah. The hottest map in existence for art.
It's built, the map is shaped like Jessica Rabbit, and that's why it's the hottest map in existence. I'm not a bad map. I'm just drawn that way.
But there are little creatures on there that called jerboa that if you don't tame one, you're kind of screwing yourself over.
Do they work like a moist towelette or something? They keep
No.
you cool.
No, they warn you when one of 4 bad storms are coming. So you have to learn which chirp, growl, or noise that they're making so that you know what the hell's about to happen. Because one could be a sandstorm, and that's fine. I mean, you can't see what's coming, but it's not going to kill you. One could be a heat wave that gets so hot that you literally dehydrate and just roast and die. One could be a lightning storm that you get hit by a lightning bolt and you're just dead on the spot.
I mean, that tracks.
So, the jerboa warns you about stuff. But there's a creature on that map that in order to tame it, you really have to prepare yourself because it's a phoenix.
So when you kill it, does it come back?
Well, you don't. You're trying to tame it while it's alive.
If you tame it, do you learn Life 3?
No, unfortunately, that's not how that works.
No.
But there's also wyverns in this one that you can acquire, but you can't just knock one of them out and tame them. You have to go into the ravine that they live in, fly up to one of their nests, pick up their egg, and then fly out of there without dying. Spoiler alert, chat. There's not a single flying mount in the game faster than one of them.
Sounds like it'd be tough.
So you've got to do a little bit of tactical maneuvering to get away from lightning breaths, fire breaths, or toxic breath, depending on which egg you stole.
So you just grab the egg, put on highway to the danger zone, and go.
Too bad I can't play that on stream and get away with it.
I mean, you can. You just got to delete the VOD.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen.
So, I
we
mean,
can't play that.
Highway to the Danger Zone that came out in 19. Let's see.
1980 something.
Danger.
1986.
1986. So, I mean, when does it go public domain so that you can?
I don't know. The Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse goes public domain in 2024.
Dang, I mean, well,
It's supposed to be like 20 years, right?
yeah, but
that's how long it's supposed to be.
Steamboat Mickey would have been further back. Like it's like 50 years ago.
The way they get around it is they keep re-releasing it. And so they copyright it based on that last date.
Well,
right?
if that's the case, then they re-released it in Maverick, right? So it just
the
refreshed.
Song? No, well, the song works different than the movies. So, unless they did a new version of it, did they?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they refreshed the song for the movie, then the song just got a new facelift in Maverick.
Yeah. But I think there's a limit. Like I think you can only do that for like 100 years or something. That's why the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse, I don't think can be recopyrighted.
Well, I don't think I'll be around by the time that 100-year mark's done with Danger Zone.
Speak for yourself.
I'm not gonna be able. Well,
I mean,
anybody
I'll just
listening?
be
Anybody listening?
105.
I might get my cybernetics by then. You know how the VA is, though.
That's what I'm saying. Just download yourself into a robot body, right?
Between the spinal cord and the knee, and I may be part cybernetic before the time comes.
But if they do that, then you're gonna have to shoot somebody in the dick.
Are you
That's
applying
what RoboCop did.
for the role?
No,
I think he was offering, chat. I think Clay was
no,
offering for the
I was
role.
not. I'm just saying.
I have the perfect person in mind.
Officer Alex Murphy got turned into a cyborg, shot a dude in the dick.
I have the perfect person in mind if that's the case.
So when you get downloaded into a cybernetic body, your little quest text is gonna be up there, and the first quest is gonna be shoot somebody in the dick.
I know who it'll be. I don't know if he'll still be breathing by that time because the VA's slow at getting shit done. But we'll see what happens.
What are you looking forward to, Diz, in 2024?
But my other part's art, or not just art, but WoW's new expansion.
Ah, yes, the warrior within. I mean, the war within.
Mm-hmm. You talking your shit, Clan.
Where
Clan's
you
gonna
So
be guildless when this
we
thing
go.
starts. I mean, what?
we're going down into the caves. We're going underneath the earth or something.
We're
Yep.
going into the heart of Azeroth.
Champion, Azeroth
Ooh.
needs you.
The heart of Azeroth. I remember that.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
get
have
that
that
again.
item. I can get it out of my bank.
You can't get rid of it.
It's in my
it's like
it's in my
herpes.
bank. Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if when that starts, Magni brings it up and anyone that had it gets an upgrade and everyone else has to start back over on that whole quest line again. I'm gonna be like, ha, mine's fully upgraded.
Nah, you just pay $20 and you get the full upgraded one.
Yeah, and I don't have to pay
Oh.
for shit.
I'm looking
Champion,
for
Azeroth needs $25.
WoW Classic Plus.
Yes. Yes. The superior form of WoW.
No.
I wish like they would release the retail version, the War Within. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the war within.
In the retail client, and then also make it for the classic client. Same game, just
Just in the old
graphics.
engine.
To be
Yes.
honest, at the rate they're going, they probably will in about 4 expansions from now.
right.
That's true. When we get War
The
Within
War
Classic.
Within Classic.
Because they're bringing Kata Classic out, which is stupid.
Yes.
Because next will be Mist.
Well, see, that's the perfect. They bring out Kata Classic just in time to go, okay, we saw what everybody liked Season of Discovery so much. So now here's WoW Classic Plus.
Now what
Continuing off your Season of Discovery progress.
They're gonna release Cataclysm, and a lot of people are gonna like jump in there and start playing it, right? Because I wasn't playing WoW when
It's true.
Cataclysm came out, right? So
Yep. A lot of people miss Kata.
I would want to just jump out there and see what it's like. Okay, you're gonna get a lot of people. Is it gonna stay there though, or is it gonna have like just a nosedive? Is the game good?
If it follows the way it did originally, it's going to nosedive because that's when WoW started suffering the exodus of subscribers. Is in about midway through Kata, everybody started leaving.
Do you know why?
Just continued down.
Do you know why?
No.
Original vanilla WoW. How many levels did you get?
60.
Burning Crusade. How many levels did you get?
10.
Wrath, how many levels did you get?
10.
You got a whole new map with each one of those too, right?
Yeah, whole new world.
Kata, how many levels did you get?
I don't remember.
5. You got 5. You know where your maps entail?
See, it's
Eastern
the old
Kingdom
map.
and
Yeah.
Kalmador.
Yeah.
5
But
zones spread across those 2 kingdoms or continents.
hey, but they destroyed the park in Stormwind and they flooded Thousand Needles.
Okay.
It's different.
Right. So in Thousand Needles, they gave you a boat to get around.
So
Woohoo!
what you're saying is that after Wrath of the Lich King, they should have ended WoW and had WoW 2 right then. That should have
No,
been WoW
no.
2.
I mean,
What
really,
they
that would have
should
been
have
better.
done, what they should have done
Right?
is
Yeah.
stuck with, if they were going to do Cataclysm, they should have altered more of the world, made it more catastrophic than what they did. They
But
didn't damage enough shit.
don't you get tired of just playing for 5 or 10 levels on
No,
these
so
expansions?
you don't
Don't you feel
understand.
cheated?
Back then, it wasn't speed leveling. Like, you didn't get big XP jumps. You were almost through all the zones before you got your 5 levels.
Mhm. Well, that's fine and all.
You almost got to see all the content before you
But
maxed out.
but what I enjoy about vanilla is
Unless you
that
had full
there's
heirloom
60
gear.
levels, right? There's 60 levels, so I'm always advancing. I'm always building my character. With 5 or 10 levels, I'm not really advancing that much. I feel like I'm being cheated on that part of the game. So
Well,
that's
the
why.
way they did it is they
Mhm.
gave you 5 zones. You pretty much gained a level depending on your rested XP. You pretty
Mhm.
much gained a level and some change in the first zone. Then you gained a level and a little bit less in the second zone. By the time that you got to the last zone, you maxed out about 9 quests from the end of finishing the zone in the
I
final
think I
zone.
did play through Cataclysm because you can do that in retail, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think I did play 3 times.
And in Cata, they added something
It's
unique
horrible.
that they had never had anywhere else, which was a underwater zone.
Yep.
See, I don't remember the underwater zone.
It
Though.
was it was it was a full zone where you got to be underwater the entire time.
I
The
remember
big
like
thing
the
with Kata,
desert, you know.
yeah. The big thing I remember about Kata is they made it easier to level. Like if you were making a new character, it was a lot easier to level. They adjusted the experience so that wasn't such a grind. They added in more flight paths. Um, so you
Well, they
didn't have
did
to
it up
walk so
until you got
much.
to 80.
Yeah.
Once you got to 80, though, the leveling dropped significantly on how
Right.
much XP
Yeah.
you got.
But if you were making a new character in the Cataclysm, and going through the old world and Burning Crusade and stuff, it was a lot more streamlined.
But you
And like I
still had to
said,
go to each zone or each expansion.
yeah, it was still, you still had to go to because everything was level capped back then.
And your
But they made getting around
professions
easier too.
had to go to each expansion or you
Yep.
weren't getting them.
Yep. That was the big thing I can remember out of Castle because I think they put a flight path in Goldshire. They put a flight path in Eastvale Logging Camp. So now you just had to walk there once and then you could fly back and forth between them, which was amazing. But that was the big thing I remember. That's the expansion I quit.
They put a
I played
flight
it from
path
release into Cataclysm and then I quit.
for the Alliance. They put a flight path halfway between Stranglethorn
Mm-hmm.
so that you didn't have to go from Darkwood all the way to Booty Bay. You could stop midway and get to the fort there and then you had a flight path there, and then go to Booty Bay. That wasn't just that long ass haul of getting ganked by rogues the entire time going through Booty Bay.
which is
Where
a
you're
rite of
running out through
passage.
there and you hear, you're like, oh, damn it.
Somebody's getting ready to get me.
There's no getting away from this either because I ain't on the mountain. He's going to smoke me. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as WoW goes, I'm really liking Season of Discovery the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is peak WoW. I don't know why you're shaking your head, Bug. It is so good. I like the way that they're experimenting with powers. Some of the items you get have funny text on them. Like my druid, I never played a druid. I got a druid, got the level 2 rune you get for a druid, makes wraith not cost any mana or wrath, which is amazing because I don't have any problems with mana now, which is also amazing. Priest, if you play priest, you've won the game. They might as well just end the game right there. Like you're done. You did it. You made a priest.
That's why I'm shaking my head. They've broken most of the classes in this season of Discovery.
I don't know if they're broken.
Oh yeah,
they're fun.
You're getting powers that you shouldn't be having at this point in time, and they didn't scale the enemies to support the power surge that they're giving the players. So
but that's broken the game. Fun part. Like no. you get penance at level 2 as a priest, and you just you just run around. The power of Christ compels thee on everything, and it just dies. Just fucking dies. And you're like, it's amazing. It's great. It's great. My arcane explosion on the mage, like up until I got that rune, the arcane mage kind of blew ass. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Then I get that. It's just like, wow.
I just want what they're doing in this. Like, it doesn't even have to be a recreation of WoW. Like, they could just take that engine and build another game that it's like WoW, a different storyline, something, and I would be pleased with it as well. I just like that version of WoW.
I like it. That's me too. It's the classic WoW that I like, but they're tinkering with it. They're making changes to it, which is nice. It gives me hope that soon there's just going to be this new WoW that is a complete alternate universe than retail.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be new things, new quests, new zones, new story that never happened over here that gets to happen over here. That's what's exciting. It's kind of like what Diz said, and I would 100% agree with you, Diz. WoW should have ended at the end of the Lich King because that was the natural stopping point for that story. And then WoW, they should have made like a WoW 2 and continued maybe a small time jump and continued it on from there.
Did another 60 levels. Had 2 or 3 expansions.
Yes, 100%. Stop. Like right now, we'd probably be getting ready to start WoW 4, the search for more money.
That'd be great. But I think I understand why they didn't. And like Buck's been playing it forever, so I mean, you like having your character throughout the entirety of that timeline, and a lot of people do enjoy that. But for me, it feels like they're just getting away with highway robbery here. I mean, they're like, oh yeah, here's another 10 levels expansion. Here's
now though they have the technology
storyline.
Exactly, but now they have the technology. Just do like they did with like Destiny to Destiny
$60,
copy that character over to the new one, and then continue on.
The problem is that I don't have my character that I had anymore. They've destroyed it. I got to 120 And then in BFA, they sandwiched
backed you up,
everything
didn't
back
they?
to
Yep.
50. They took away half of my abilities. My paladin doesn't have the ability to taunt anymore. He can't hold aggro like he used to. He's not my character that I had back in fucking Burning Crusade.
Season of Discovery, paladins get taunt.
So let's talk about
which
that
is another
specific
broken
thing.
I'm talking about.
That specific thing, but I run into the same thing with D&D. When I run a game, it becomes exponentially harder to write storyline and keep things coherent the higher the level you guys get. By the time you get to level 20, there's so many things that you could do, and there's so many resources that you have that it's hard to write storyline. You have the same thing in game development. The longer you have a character and the more powerful it gets, the harder it's going to be for that game designer to actually build the game around that character. So what they have to do is nerf the characters, and then they hit the one. You got the 120. They're like, well, what are we gonna do? I'll go to 300, level, and everybody's gonna be doing 8 million damage. No, we gotta squash it back down.
That's Final Fantasy 13.
Well, the thing is, squashing their level is fine. It was them taking away all of their abilities and restructuring them that was the problem. Because why did you take Paladin's Righteous Fury away? Their reasoning behind it was we wanted all of the tanks to be able to pretty much be viable choices across the board. Well, that's a lie. Because if that's the case, then you should have taken Warrior's Taunt away. You should have taken the fucking Monk's Taunt away. You should have taken everybody's ability to taunt completely away if you were going to take the Paladins away. Because you took the Paladins taunt, they're not able to be a viable tank up against all the others that have a fucking taunt.
You know what fixes this? Tank stance.
New game.
So
make sure you have tank stance on.
They pull that shit, and then everybody that had a paladin is like, you broke our class. And they're like, well, then we'll nerf all the other tanks to match it. No, just give us the one thing you took away from us and it'll fix it. Just give us the one ability you took. To hell with the rest of the abilities, to hell with the rest of the skill. Give us the one ability you took that allowed us to tank properly, and everything's fine. No, we can't do that.
Because other people were probably complaining that maybe the paladin was too good or something, right? So it's hard to please everybody.
Well, the thing is, though, that if the tank, so the Paladin's Righteous Fury increases their threat generation while they have it on for every ability they use. Holy ability, not every ability, every holy ability they use increases their threat generation. If the other tank's taunt ability or the brewmasters throwing their brew jug out to taunt in a target, if all of that doesn't stack right, then you apply more stack to that ability to equal out what it does from the Paladin's Righteous Fury. All you have to do is because it's already on a percentage, you just increase the percentage of what their ability is already doing to equal up to what the Paladin's is doing. You don't take the stat away completely to where we have nothing, because now we don't have anything to pull in a target.
Yeah.
Just don't drop.
So now the paladin tanks are like, well, how the fuck are we supposed to pull in a target and keep aggro?
That's the dilemma here. The longer that they run these things, that they basically created a new game. That's what they did when they squished it down and took away. They basically redesigned it so that it's not the same game anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. BFA was the start of secretly WoW 2.
They're new games. They just instead they didn't announce them.
I've said that the whole time. If they wanted to start a WoW 2 or try to start over and even port it to the new engine, they should have did it when they squashed us and started fucking with our abilities. That's when they should have did it, at the end of BFA.
Then you as a player could have chose you know what? I don't like this game. I'm going to stay on the old game. And you could have stayed on the old game, and that would have been your vote. And a lot of people might have did the exact same thing. And then that would
Or
have
I
really
could have
sent it
chose to
home to them.
change up my character instead of being
You
forced
could,
to deal with the garbage I was dealt.
yeah, you could have
Yep.
built a
Moving
new character
forward.
on the new game instead and left your other character on that other game where you
Yeah.
enjoyed playing it. So I don't
But
know.
they didn't give me an option. They just fucked it up and then said, "Here you go. This is what you got now." And I'm like,
That's
"Great."
why that's why I enjoy vanilla, because when I played it originally 800 years ago, whenever I played it
It
first,
hasn't even been 20 years yet,
It's
Des.
been
it feels
84 years.
84. It's what it feels like to me. But I enjoyed it. And when I played, the two expansions up to Lich King, it's basically just the same game, just with improvement. And when I didn't play Cataclysm, but when it comes out, I'll probably try it just to see what it was like. Um, but when I play retail, it's the same. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't. It's kind of like Vanilla WoW, but it's not. They've made it so streamlined to the point where it's like it wasn't as fun to me. And now they introduced a new crafting system, which looks like it's really cool, but it seems really complicated.
I hate it.
It's actually fairly simple. I
Yeah,
could explain it to
once you
y'all,
get
but
into it,
yeah,
probably.
but it took about 15, 20 minutes to fully understand what they were doing with it. Even for
Mm.
me, who has all the professions, like it took me about 15, 20 minutes to understand how it all works. But now that I know how to do it, I've shown it on stream. I can fly through
Mm.
that shit in like, all through all of my characters in like 30 minutes and have all of their professions done on stream and, everything finished for a whole rotation of all 30 something characters. And everybody be like, "The fuck, Buck, you got too many characters." I'm like, "Yeah, well, got to keep my professions up."
Mm. So I mean, I think me and Clan are in the same boat there. That we look at it and it's different, and it's like, God, do I really want to spend the time to learn this? What benefit am I going to get out of it? Because when I get in the game, when I get a new helmet throughout that whole expansion, the helmet looks the exact same every time I get helmet.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, am I just going to craft this same helmet and it's just going to have better stats? It got so streamlined where it's like, here is hat.
Yep.
Here's the hat for the season. And
Yep.
you can improve the quality, but it's still the same fuzzy hat,
Yep. Don't
So
like
in
how it
Dragon-
looks? Go get a transmog.
So in Dragonflight, what they
Yeah,
did
the
was
transmog,
each zone had its own look, and then each profession that could make gear had its own appearance.
Mm.
And then your dungeons had an appearance, and your raid had an appearance, and then your PvP had an appearance. And then each section they brought out, like the stuff for Forbidden Reach had its own design. The stuff for the underground cavern area that Clan hates has its own design. The stuff for the Emerald Dream has its own design. So they
Would like to
kind
go to the Emerald Dream.
of generalized it a little bit per zone,
Yeah.
more so than just across the board. But that's what you're getting at.
I
They did it
I
a
like
little
it.
different.
I like it more random. I like it to be like, you know, I could create a certain piece of armor. I, I basically want the transmog in the crafting system. Is what I want. I want to be able to like craft a fuzzy hat that I like the look of with, to maybe a chance at getting certain stats, and not just
Yeah.
everybody has the same armor and looks the same, because it's this season and here's what everybody's wearing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to a fashion show and it's like, here's this season's
Right.
pop collection. It's
Kind of like classic where you could get the brown robe, right? A tailor can make a brown robe, but if they buy
Yeah.
bleach, then they can make the white robe. if they buy, dyes, they can make different color roads as long as they have the recipe.
Yeah.
Well,
I just like some
that
randomness, I
is,
guess.
to be
Yeah.
honest, that's why, or that's because of who they had running the show. That's before they got the man back in studio
That's true.
to
He is back.
to solely work on WoW.
And
I have
now
a
Blizzard has a new daddy too.
yeah. I have a feeling a lot of things are going to be changing in the upcoming expansions on attire. One thing will never change. Hunter's armor will still look like shit. It has always looked like shit. Nobody loves hunters in that whole entire company, and they never will.
Well, the guy over WoW now is Thrall. So
Yes, but I'm
so
saying like
Shaman should get a pretty good buff out of this somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm just saying as a whole, if you look back on all the transmogs, all the stuff across the board ever, hunters have never had a decent set of armor.
Yeah.
And it's always been brought up, and they go, well, we don't have someone that mains a hunter on the design team. The fuck does that matter? Just because somebody doesn't main one doesn't mean you can't show the hunter some love every once in a while. Damn.
That's because they walk into the room and they go, "Hey, anybody here want to make this hunter armor?" And they're like, "No, nobody cares." Like, okay.
Nobody's got the passion to give a shit.
So then
All
they're
right,
like, "All right,
somebody,
we'll create some shoulders and we'll
you
put
generic crap on this set
put
of armor. Oh, damn
put
it.
wolf heads on the shoulders and then make everything furry and then boom, you got it."
What's that one game that we played for like, a minute there? It was like something human, more, what was it? The it was like when you logged in, there was people running around with their junk out everywhere.
Oh, it was oh Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, it was Age of Mortals or something. Mortal Online 2.
Mortal Kombat 2. Now that game it needed some work. It needed some polishing really
Yeah, you
badly.
think one's human is janky buck. Oh my god.
But the crafting on that was so cool because you could craft a sword and it would let you pick the hilt, the pommel, everything about that, like the wrapping on the grip. You could customize the blade the way it looked, the engravings on the blade.
And
I
you
thought that was
had to
really
craft
interesting.
because you started out naked. You had nothing. So you had to go out and beat boars with your fists in
So you can get
order to
some
get
underwear.
materials so that you could make clothes. Yeah. And now they
Kill this
ported it to
boar,
Unreal 5.
stretch its skin around my groin here.
So now it's going to even look more realistic junk.
God. So you're saying you're as naked as Ark, except Ark uses underwear because they can't go full naked.
This game says fuck your underwear.
They refuse to go full nude.
Yeah, they went full nude, no shitting on yourself. Ark went not all nude, continuously shitting on yourself.
Somehow the shit comes through the underwear.
Somehow.
I mean, it goes all the way through 2 layers of clothes.
You're just flying around in it. There you go. Did they add that now? If you fly over somebody and your dino shits, does it shit on the person now?
I mean, I haven't been with anybody to know it.
Somebody needs to implement that because that makes it more realistic.
That would be a bad day.
Yeah, it's a bad day. 100%. Definitely a bad day.
Have a Quetzal with large feces fly over and just like shat on somebody and they just collapse.
They just
under
dead.
the weight.
It's like, you died. What happened? Shat on.
I'm sorry. I ain't got control over this.
Nope, can't. One of the items you should be able to craft is diapers. Because apparently your guy in Ark has a continence problem.
No, I think
very
he's
incontinent.
Because
he's just like
regular.
He's like, I'm gonna build this house. What?
I mean, he doesn't do it that constant.
Gets all the time. Listen, you go on Buck's stream, everybody. You should definitely check out his stream anyway. Go on Buck's stream. If he's in his base, it's like a damn symphony orchestra of shitting.
But it's not me
God.
doing it. It's mostly the dinos.
I'm just saying.
I'm glad you don't have like interactive like stuff where you can smell what's in the game. Because
Yes, Ark would
God.
stink. Ark would stink. Like I never say
Especially
Ark
if I went
is
down to the
bad,
dino pen,
but it stinks. Yeah, like them shits is nasty.
Ooh, there's
Some of them
another game
shits is dinos.
that I was kind of interested in. I'm not
What game
not
is
sure. It looks interesting. Is it called PAX Day or PAX D?
this? Yes, PAX Day. PAX Day.
Yeah.
Yes, we watched that.
It looks pretty interesting. It has a kind of a sword and board magic type of feel to the trailer and stuff like that. And
Yep.
I think I've watched some game footage of it.
Yeah. It's a medieval MMO with building.
Yeah. And it looks like it's all human, like the race, at least right now. Everybody
not
was
seen
human.
anything else. Yeah.
So
Those back during King Arthur's time frame.
maybe.
Sort. It's all knights and castles and magic and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm
but
saying, like Merlin and
Yeah.
back during the Saxon.
But I want to say
Yeah.
that there was a dragon in it or something that they're fighting in the trailer.
Maybe. But you can like build a castle. Your guild, if you make a guild, can build a castle and stuff and claim land and all that fun stuff. But
We
it
need
looks
to figure
cool.
out about getting you set up and sorted on that Lego, or not Lego, that Minecraft clan for that MMO. See if we can get you sorted on that one.
I tried. I've tried. I'm willing to try, but damn. Also, speaking of Lego, I will say Lego Fortnite, fun. I did enjoy what I played of that.
It's interesting. The building is difficult, and not all of it is because it has like the patterns like you would get with actual Legos, and you can just click and beep, 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 beep. But if you try to rebuilding is challenging to get things to line up. Now, once you got maybe some more pieces and stuff like that, because I think me and Timmy had worked on trying to build a roof just for a square building for like an hour and a half. It was ridiculous. Like we would build it and it would be off like a little bit, or it was just,
I'm hearing part of your problem, Diz.
Well, there was one time I'm like, I put a block down because it's hard to tell where you're placing it. It doesn't give you a lot of stuff to help you line stuff up without you going over and look.
Have you seen Timmy build in Minecraft?
I put it down and it's like, hey, Timmy, is that block in the right place? He's like, yeah. So I put the rest of the blocks in and then it's hanging over one block at the end. I'm like, and I went back and looked and it was off one. It was like, so I just start tearing it down.
Like I said, have you seen Timmy build in Minecraft? I think part of your problem was your co-struction person.
Did it go better than your channel that you build in Valheim?
Hey, we got it to work.
Yeah, I remember.
I even built a bridge over it.
Hey,
my channel, yeah. Well, that worked out. Like I dug the hole. It's just it wouldn't fill up with water. So.
Well, the problem is that the world wouldn't let you dig it deep enough.
It wouldn't.
So
let me dig it deep enough.
we couldn't bring the biggest vessel through there, and we couldn't get it to fill up any higher to match the main water level because the water wouldn't flow.
If you built the base in the right area where the water level was just the right height, that would work out perfectly. Where we tried, and it just did, because I didn't know that there was a limit you could dig down, so we found it pretty quick.
Yeah,
and you could still get the boats through there. They would just get hung sometimes. I did like the bridge that you built over it though, because you arched it so that
Made sure the
Speaking of
sail and mask could get through there.
speaking of Valheim, I just posted a video in the general game chat section of Discord, where you can go and look at this video. It's on YouTube, where are building their own mods and stuff inside of Valheim, and they're turning it into something that looks kind of cool. I haven't watched the video yet, but it looks kind of cool. So definitely in your free time, go check that out.
So there's
Because
PAX Day. I've got it on the
Yep.
TV there.
I see it on the TV.
Yep. Got
Yep.
the little
PAX Day
preview.
looks cool. Definitely going to check that out.
This is captured in engine. So
Yep.
I mean, it looks like this right here,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Oh yeah, it's a
crazy.
pretty game. It's a very nice game.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
a game like this, you could just log in and just explore the world and be
Mm-hmm.
satisfied with this.
Which is what I do in most survival games that I'm in. Is I go and I start walking around.
This is what the game Dark and Light was supposed to be, I think, originally.
Maybe.
A lot of people don't know that there was a version of Dark and Light before the version that we actually got. I actually played in the beta, like in the early to mid 2000s, and it was an open world survival game, like this is showing, like like that's in game, that's built.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you can build cities in the game yourself. I mean,
it just looks fun. It's not going to be. I don't know.
I've
It's
already
not going to
signed
be.
up.
It's not going to be Ark. It's not going to be WoW. It's something a little different there. I think it's more like Enshrouded is going to be like
Sort of.
Valheim.
I think in PAX Day they're really pushing the social aspect of it because they really want you to make a guild and stuff and build you can build your own house and you can build stuff, but it's going to work a lot better like if you're a guild and build your own defenses and castle and town and stuff, because they can be raided as far as I know. Like another faction can come and try to take over your site.
Interesting. Maybe it'll be like a resource grab type of game where you have to control
Maybe.
certain resources.
Yeah.
To stay viable.
Yep. But yeah, I signed up for the alpha when they launched the alpha. Hopefully one day I'll get to play it.
I put my name out there, but who knows?
Yep. Yeah. 2023 was a very good year for games. I'll say that. Games with a star next to it, as in is not good for gaming, because there were like 6 to 8,000 people that lost their jobs this year in the games industry. So not great for gaming, but there were so many good games that came out that it's almost impossible to have enough time to play them all. 2024 is looking to be so far fairly good too, because you've got releases. You've got Enshrouded goes into early access. You've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You've got, well, like I said, Once Human in fall. And Jesus, what else? You've got a new Prince of Persia game that's supposed to come out next year.
Wow.
You've got WoW's newest expansion comes out next year in the fall.
His most
Probably
anticipated game coming out this year too, right? Begins with an F.
shape.
If you're able to play it.
Oh, Fable. I'm hoping it comes out this year. I don't know.
I mean, they've been
Yep.
trailering that sucker the last
All
part
we've
of
had,
this year, heavy.
all we've had is teasers for Fable. That's all we've ever had at this point. So I believe it will come out. I don't. It may come out Christmas of next year. So
Yeah. Yeah. Recon says Final Shape comes out in June. And that should end Destiny 2 as we know it.
well, as soon as that happens, then I'll show up for Destiny 3. And we'll play that for a little while.
I'll be like, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to in Final Shape is the return of Cade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they going to bring back Dinklebot as well?
Maybe. But yeah, we get new Zavala. The new voice actor for Zavala is in Final Shape, right? He starts in Final Shape. Cade comes back. New Ikora is still the same.
They're bringing out 7 maps for ASA this year.
Or so the Germans would have us believe.
So they're going to keep the characters of Allah in the game.
Yes. They're just
I don't
getting
know.
someone new to voice him.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And I like the voice actor. He's a real good guy.
Nothing about that. I just feel like I feel like maybe the character should have give him an ending as
you know what I think they should have done, and this would have been a really cool thing to do. I think since Lance Reddick, the original voice actor's fault, passed away, have a cinematic play out where somewhere the things of Allah is killed on a mission.
Yeah.
And then a new Titan Vanguard steps up, but it's Amanda Holiday. And she comes back as the new Titan Vanguard.
Or just have him pass the torch. Like, he doesn't even have to die, just have him pass the torch.
Yeah.
It's delete Destiny 2. Damn.
It says delete. Forget it exists.
Playing off as a prank. Listen, they would have to delete Halo Infinite before they delete Destiny 2.
I agree with that. I agree with that one.
Halo Infinite is a way bigger shit show than Destiny 2. And
now,
that's
if they would actually,
something.
If they would go in and just finish the fucking storyline in that Halo game, because they give us not even half of a fucking story.
Yep. Well, that's because it was supposed to come out
okay with it
as like DLC and stuff, right? It was supposed to continue on. Halo Infinite was the live service Halo, supposed to be.
Now it's not. Yeah.
And then it's like, nah, dog. No. We lied.
What you guys do in Halo 5? Oh, we saved the universe from some rogue. Also, we had this showdown with Team Osiris that really wasn't a showdown. No, they were just fanboys.
The whole buildup of it is, I hate Chief. He's going to die. We got to take him out. And then it gets to the game like, I'm going to take you out, Chief. And it's like, wait, but I'm Chief. Don't take me out. He's like, oh, dog, you're right. I'm sorry. Let's team up. Yeah, high five.
Yeah. And then it's like, all right, we did that. Now what? We're going to go take out this brute that's on his broken ring somewhere.
Well, the whole thing is like, we got to take out Cortana. And then the next game is like, yeah, ain't that wild? We took out Cortana.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, when did that happen? Oh, between the two games.
I don't know if we have enough time to get into this. But I'll give you the brief version. In Halo 1, 2, and 3, each of those games you could have played them as independent games from any of the other games. Enjoyed the storyline. The storyline would have made sense for that game, and everything would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 4, 5, and 6, complete departure from that.
Well, you remember Halo 4 was supposed to be the start of the Reclaimer saga.
Right.
Remember, it's supposed to be 3 games, all connected, all interconnected story, all about Chief and this other stuff. And then they made the first game and then went, no, we're not doing that.
Yep. Yeah, because he
okay.
he meets the librarian. He gets zapped, like Highlander powers or something.
Yeah, he had the
Here
quickening.
we are. We got that, and then
Yep.
the librarian's like, "All right, I have imparted with you the librarian power or something." I don't know what she gave him there.
You're now the new librarian.
Now you have weird looking eyeballs or something. And then they're like, there's a really good ending to Halo 4. I like it. I like the ending to Halo 4. I enjoy that one. Okay. Um, then you come up with Halo 5, and it's just like, nope. You remember that cliffhanger we ended in Halo 4? Nope. Fuck you. Okay, go read the books.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of side stories and stuff, what would have been smart for that Halo show? If they just made the seasons off the different books. That way everybody knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Even if they just do it between
Master
4 and
Chief's helmet
5 and 5 and
Yeah,
6.
just keep the fucking helmet on.
Yeah. They did it in The Mandalorian. Why can't this guy
Right?
keep his helmet on?
He only took that helmet off one fucking time. And then he paid the price for it to keep it on again.
Now, but to be fair, in the books, if you read the books, Halo or he does take off his helmet. I mean, usually not in combat situations, but he has his helmet and his armor off all the freaking time in the books. So in the games, it's more of an oddity if you've read the books, that he's. But in the games, you're in combat situations.
I was gonna say, when are you not in a combat situation in the game?
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Because there's one really cool scene when he first gets souped up to be superhuman, and he's like 14 or 15 years old, and he walks into this gym, and they've staged these like big tough guys in there to like pick on him.
Yeah.
And they start fucking with him, and he ends up like breaking one's leg and like killing one of them, and by accident because he doesn't know how strong you are. And he's not wearing any gear at the time and stuff. So that would be good stuff for their little show instead of having Team Silver Fox or whatever it is.
So what you're saying is this is kind of what the people that made the Spartans said about those kids in the gym, basically, right?
Man, them kids, bro.
Yeah. So that's why I don't like 4, 5, and 6, is because they literally end 4 on a cliffhanger. They're like, this guy's dead. And it's like, then he opens his eye and you're like,
I mean, homeboy jumped from space. Right? Why did they think all that would kill him? Oh my God, I'm Lamar. Oh my God. I am Lamar. Don't play Halo. Gears is better.
And I like Halo 4 is a playable game for the campaign, the storyline is, but it ends on a cliffhanger, and then you start 5, and it's just like,
Halo 5
even address it.
The entire marketing campaign lied to you to get you to play the game. Halo Infinite, they didn't finish.
Halo 5, I like having blue team in there because if you read the books, you want to see these other Spartan 2s, Kelly and Fred and Linda, but the way the game played originally, it sucked. It was just, you're wanting a single player game, right? That's how you've always played Halo. And when you come in here and it's now X-Men United Halo Edition or something.
Well, at least it's not X-Men 3. That's Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is X-Men 3.
What are those X-Men games, where you had the little 4 players on the screen? I can't remember any of those.
Oh, yeah. I remember those came out on the original Xbox and PlayStation 2.
That's what you have. I mean, it's with blue team in there. And then I don't know if you played it when it came out. It sucked. I played it maybe a year later, and they've did some changes, and it made it actually okay to play. Like I guess they made your little co-op players that run around not as effective or something like that, or so they made it more like it was a single player game anyway.
Listen, all I want to know is, when does Nathan Fillion get to take over the series
I mean, they
and
should have.
be new chief? I
I
want
would have been
Buck to
fine
be
with
new
Locke
chief.
taking over. I mean, if they
Let's
could
not
kill
get
Chief.
crazy. But you can't do that, right? Xbox can never kill Chief, right? That's like Nintendo killing Mario.
Mamma mia!
Oh no, it's a heart attack. Mario! Then he just gets a 1-up and he comes back.
Luigi.
you.
Okay. I did see something funny on like Instagram where it said, we need to tear down all the Christopher Columbus statues and put up real Italians who's made a difference in America.
So Mario.
And it's Mario from the Mario show.
Heck yeah.
Super Brothers.
Oh god, it's Captain Lou Mario. Nice. I'll support that. I also want a freaking oh god, what is his name from the Mario movie? The original Mario Brothers movie from '93. Bob Hoskins. I want a Bob Hoskins Mario. Yep. One that matters.
Do they have like a museum of this stuff in like,
In
somewhere that's not in America? Because I don't think there's one here.
I don't know. There's a Nintendo store in New York that has a bunch of stuff. And I think there is a Nintendo museum in Japan.
I am always in combat, even when I'm just standing there looking off into the distance at looking.
Nice.
Yep. So I don't know. I'm with you. The show should have been the filler in between the games, at least 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, you have your content right there. Just turn it into a series, and you're done.
Because Forward Unto Dawn was a excellent little movie.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't take his helmet off in that one. But we do get to see, I think we get to see Fred and Kelly in that one take their helmets off. And they're like 14 years old or something, taking off their helmets. And they look like they're humongous. They take it off and they look like kids. And I'm pretty sure that's Fred and Kelly.
It's Kelly.
Kelly's amazing. She's the fastest Spartan.
So she's Sonic. It's Kelly. She's the fastest thing alive.
Yep. Kelly's the fastest.
Does she like chili dogs?
Linda is the best sniper.
Listen, Linda, I need you to take out that guy from a mile away. What does Fred do? Does he just like yabba dabba do and charging people?
Fred is like he's like the co-captain. Like he's the backup to Chief. If they have to break into multiple teams, Fred is the
So he's like the vice president. He never has to do anything unless something happens to Chief, and it never happens.
Right. Well, you have to imagine in all of the Halos, right? 1, 2, and 3 at least, and 4. Chief isn't with Blue Team, so who's running Blue Team? Fred is having to run Blue Team that entire time.
I thought Blue Team was supposed to have been dead. Like everybody thought they were dead during Halos from 1 through 4. They were just out there doing stuff.
They're just out there doing stuff.
They're going to Sonic and getting slushies. Hey, let's go get a slushie. All right, hit the music. Getting a cherry lime slush.
Oh my gosh. No, no. The books are really good. You get to learn about some other Spartans. Kurt, he's interesting.
Is there pictures?
There's not pictures in these books.
How are
There
you
may
going to
be
read the
some
book
ones
if
with.
there's no pictures?
It may be a surprise. I can actually read. I know I say
No,
that.
I don't
I
believe
can
it.
actually
I
read.
don't fucking
See,
believe it.
see. I have this. I'm going to read it, and I've already read it once. And if you can
Listen.
read this, you can read.
just because you
Listen.
showed it on screen doesn't mean that we believe
He's
you
got the
can
book,
read.
but I'm certain that there's a book on tape somewhere that he's going to go along with it.
Mm. Back then, if I'd had to have a book on tape, it would have been a Walkman or something, or a Zune.
Oh yeah, I had a Zune. Those were good. They had a built-in radio. Suck it, iPod. You didn't have a radio.
I don't know anything else. We kind of went off on a Halo tangent there. Like I said, I could talk about Halo for a while. So I need to read some more of the books. So I actually know what happened in between 4 and 5 and 6.
Oh Jesus. No, I got nothing. I don't
Then I'm
think.
gonna be like, "Oh, these games are so freaking good."
Yeah, I doubt it. I'm just gonna call.
They'll-
I'm gonna call your
they'll-
bullshit out on that one.
They'll just make more sense. The story, at least. So
You could be. Oh, that's how they defeated Cortana. Who'd have thunk it? Digital
again,
enema.
5 ends with a cliffhanger. 6 starts no explanation. I hate that. But I don't think 1, 2, or 3 ended with a cliffhanger, right? Is that maybe 2 ended with a cliffhanger, but 3 picks up
Right at yep.
on it. So I mean,
Yeah.
anyway, this has been our Halo TED Talk. If you like this, you can get it on audiobook, available on your Zune.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else? It's like a business meeting. Any new business?
Any new business? Got anything,
So
Cat?
I guess we're gonna go download this Moria game and play as some dwarfs. Get our Scottish accents going.
Listen, I don't want to hear from you until you at least go make sure your base hasn't rotted. And once you
Because I can log in to make sure I've made my trailer payment.
exactly got to make sure you make your trailer payment. By the way, chat, I am the queen of This Is a Double Wide Trailer.
He's probably keeping it up so that it doesn't fall apart.
Do you have anything else that you want to trash talk about how I died, Dr. Diz? I don't appreciate this.
Oh shit, Cortana.
Awkward. Well, I mean,
Was that
technically,
Cortana or Weapon?
there's new Cortana, right?
Yeah, she's called Weapon.
And there's a big difference between old Cortana and new Cortana.
Yeah, they took the crazy out.
Apparently,
crazy back.
other things apparently went with the crazy. Is all I'm saying. Google some screenshots, chat. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. I think we need to rank the Cortanas for Clan Diesel one episode. So
I know which one I'm picking. I like my 3C Cortana.
C plus plus plus.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I guess we'll end it there, and we'll go maybe play some dwarfs or shoot some methed out zombies.
Deviations.
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 Standard deviations.
Don't you try to
No.
bring math into this game.
He said zombies. I thought y'all were coming to play 7 Days.
Hey, 7 Days looks a lot better. Like, they've made a lot of improvements to that game, so it's looking a lot better than when I first played it. And my character was charcoal.
A black silhouette of itself.
It was the character from what was that game we played? The MMO, the Korean MMO, with the
Lost
little
Ark?
the black
Oh no,
smoke
Black
face thing.
Desert.
Black Desert.
Yeah,
So
Black Desert.
I was the black
That
smoke
little
face
demon thing.
That's because when y'all joined, neither one of y'all had actually selected a character, so you just came in as default.
Here's a
Right.
thought, game makers out there watching this at some point in time. How
Change
about
the
if your
default.
game has an option to create a character, you should just start with that. Just saying. Shouldn't be that hard, but apparently Lucky Sombrero or whoever it is that makes 7 Days just totally forgot that in the board meeting.
That's called Fun Pimps.
There you go, Fun Pimps. There you go. Just
Lucky
saying.
Sombrero.
Yeah, well, there's some weird ass names. Now that's our new game company. Lucky Sombrero.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
All right, well, let's get out of here and go play something. Or
All right.
out.
See you
Something.
next year, chat.
See ya in 2024. We
Yep.
have 3.5 old men, right?
Where's
That's where we're
the
gonna end
half
it.
come from?
What?
I don't know what's going on. I was just planning on not having pants.
See you guys next year.
Are we bringing in lower cameras? Is that what we're doing for 2024?
I don't know. Are we doing the meta where we block out our chest?
See, I just come up with the ideas. You guys gotta figure out what it actually means. So
Okay, I'll
I
vote
mean-
to not let Diz come up with ideas anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 2 against 1 there.
Yeah. Diz, a good guy, not the idea man.
all right, well,
You're-
see you guys
You're
next
more
year.
Murdoch,
anyway.
not Hannibal Smith.
Or face.
I get to pity the fool.
That's Mr. T.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get us out of here.
I didn't watch the 18.
Oh
Play us
my
out,
God.
Steve. What?
Yeah.
Oh
See you
my
guys next
God.
year.
My head
Bye.
hurts.